What's going on, guys? My name is Orphid. How are y'all doing today? Today, I have my first video on the PlayStation 5, and you are looking at it right now. It is going to be a little overview of the user interface, and I'm going to be going over some of the features, whether they're new, improved, and just how they feel to actually navigate the console. So I'm going to cover all the things that stand out to me. I'm going to try to cover some interesting things, for those of you who hasn't been able to use it yet, and I'm just going to try to give as much info as I can for this video. So let's begin. So one of the first things that I want to point out with the user interface is the general responsiveness. As you move through the menus, as you can probably see, everything is instant. There is no lagging. On the PlayStation 4, that was pretty prominent whenever you would go to open apps, whenever you're just moving through the menus in general, doing small things like launching songs from Spotify, launching games, everything just kind of felt sluggish, especially in comparison to the PlayStation 5 now that I've got a chance to use it. So I'm going to demonstrate some of that for you guys. So once again, just straight out navigating apps, picking menus, everything happens so fast, there's really no waiting, there's no downtime. Gone are the days where you encounter a loading screen or a hiccup on the menu and you can afford to pick up your phone and browse Twitter for a couple seconds. Everything is immediate, just straight to the point, and that is fucking awesome. It's noticeable right away. As soon as you get the new console, especially if you're coming from one of the old ones, it's mind-blowing, man. It's a joy to actually have this stuff be so immediate, and it's a huge change of pace. So one of the first things I'll do for you guys is launch Spotify, because that's one of the things I used on my PlayStation 4 a lot. Whenever I would go into any games, when I was farming or anything, I just throw on some music. So that is made extremely easy. So here, I'm gonna go, and as soon as the song plays, I'm gonna mute it instantly so that there's no copyright. I'm gonna pause it. But here, we're gonna go into one of the playlists. We're gonna go into Future and Uzi's new project. Check it out if you haven't already. So as soon as I pick a song, I can't actually because HDCP is on. So I gotta scrap that. But trust me when I tell you that it's instant. As soon as you hit the song, it starts playing. There was a delay on the PlayStation 4. When you would go to select the song, it would take like 10 seconds to even load up the playlist. Then once you pick the song, another like 3 or 4 seconds to actually start playing it. That doesn't happen here. Another thing that pops out instantly is every game has a little splash for it and some music that plays. So as you hover the games, you get to see each unique splash. It's all developer dependent, so whether they include music or not, whether they include, what splash, is entirely up to them. But so far, all of the PlayStation games have one, the PlayStation 5 games. And when you go on the bottom, you get to see things like activities, so specific trophies you can earn, your progress at certain parts in the game, which we will demonstrate as well. You'll see videos, whether it's live streams or just videos about the game in general, and you can quickly jump into that stuff. It's even more options when you actually do it for PlayStation games, PlayStation 5, excuse me. You get official news, so anytime something comes out from the developers, it'll be under here, and everything is just accessible to you. And that's kind of the theme of the whole system, just accessibility and that immediate access. That was one of PlayStation's main goals, was to just have you be at the center of the game as much as possible, and everything they've done so far definitely makes that a priority. So the next thing I'm going to show off is the fast loading. So right here, this no games are launched. I'll show you the switcher. This is also a feature as well. Shows you the most recent games and apps you've been involved with. So if you wanted to return to them, you can get back to them. This persists even if the console is turned off. So if I was to turn the console off and turn it back on, these would still be here, which is really fucking awesome. And you can just jump into them right away. Now again, I can't launch any of the media ones because HDCP has to be turned off to record through Elgato, but I would show you how fast they load. Again, take my word for it, please. It's extremely fast. So we're gonna launch Spider-Man, and we're gonna see exactly how fast that takes. So this is straight from a cold boot. Game was never launched. As you can see, the initial screen is faded already. And as I'm finishing my sentence, we are now at the main menu, ready to select the option to begin the game. And there, I continue my save file, and what do you know? We are in the fucking game already. It's actually insane. When these are one of the things you see for the first time, and it's unbelievable, especially if you're coming from last gen and you aren't used to using SSDs and, powerful computers who provide that snappiness. It's pretty fucking nuts. Just like it is easy to launch the game, it's extremely easy to close it as well. No hiccups, you just hit close game, and you're done. We are back to the main menu. And that goes universally for PlayStation 5 games, PS4 games that you're playing on the system. They do still have some loading times, albeit much faster than on the actual PlayStation 4, but there are loading times. So next, I'm going to go into some of the settings because they offer some unique things that the PlayStation 4 does not offer. Mainly the accessibility tab. You get to customize a lot of different things. If you have any type of impairments, if you need the text size to be bigger, if you need more contrast, the scrolling speed, if you need to have a little more time reading the text on screen. They have a screen reader, which literally reads out the text that appears on screen for you. So that's awesome. You can change and customize the haptics and the trigger effects of the controller. You can turn them off, you can lessen them. There's a lot you can do here, and it's awesome that the game companies and these developers continue to embrace accessibility features for people who, may not be as fortunate to be, fully functional like the average person is, and they still want to enjoy these games. So I'm very happy to see that push continue to be made. Another thing I've noticed since playing, internet connection speeds have been so much better since I got the PlayStation 5. On PlayStation 4, I would never achieve anywhere near our highest speeds when I do connection tests. So we have gigabit internet, and the most I've ever seen on the PlayStation 4 was maybe 400 megabytes down, which is really good, but even then, downloads took forever. On the PlayStation 5, I'm able to download games that are like 50, 60 gigabytes in like 15 minutes, which is really fucking fast. Also, through connection tests, I have seen our speeds get as high as 795 megabytes. So again, just connectivity is improved. Everything is improved all around, and it's fucking awesome. So again, you have options like storage, where you can use extended storage like external hard drives to manage games. Currently, there's no support for PlayStation 5 putting those games on external hard drives, but Sony has issued that they will be in the future. Another thing you'll notice while I'm still on this menu is the amount of free space I have. Yeah, the console came out a couple days ago and I'm almost out of space. The SSD storage is extremely small. And as it stands, there's no way to upgrade your storage yet. There is an M2 drive expansion slot inside of the PlayStation, and you can access it, but if you install an M2 drive, you get an error message that tells you to remove it. So Sony has not patched functionality for it yet. I'm hoping that comes very soon because I'm looking to buy one just to have more open space and get more games on here. But as of right now, you don't really need all of that space, but it will run out quickly if you start to download some of your older games. So you have the media gallery, which returns, categorizes all of your captures, your video footage from the games you've played. You can go into settings for your capture settings, and you can record in 4K, you can record in 1080, you can have screenshots be, PNG, JPEG, and the quality is extremely high. Like, it's all retained there. The capture system is way better than PlayStation 4. You don't lose any of your quality. My roommate, actually, I tricked him earlier. I had a video of me playing Astro's Playroom. It was up and running, and I was holding my controller in a way that looked like I was playing, and I asked him, am I playing the game or is this a video? And he thought I was playing the game. That's how good it is. They have settings for the trophies, so you can take screenshots when you earn trophies for those precious gaming moments. They even have little videos that play when you earn a trophy. So I shared this on Twitter, but since we're here, I will go and show it now. I have the video for the trophy save when I earned the platinum for Astro's Playroom. So as you can see, is it gonna play? It might not play here, I don't know why. But that little overlay displays right before the trophy pops, and then when you actually get it, it stays there leading up to when you get the trophy. So it's really cool for people who like to show off those moments. It's awesome. So the next thing I'm gonna go over is the customizability settings in the control bar. So here, when you're at the main menu, you have your two tabs, games and media. You can switch between those manually like this, going to it and pressing X, or you can just press R1 and L1 as I'm doing here, and it instantly switches. Then you have the control bar, which is your quick access menu to all the things you would need to access while you're playing a game. You have your notifications tab, which you get to see trophies earned, when games are installed, when you get messages. You have game base, which shows your friends list, so you can see what games people are playing. You can see who's online. It shows you which console they're using, so a lot more of my friends have been actually getting the PS5, so that's awesome. You have the music tab, as I showed earlier, which you can access Spotify if you have it linked. You have the broadcast tab, which you can't do with HDCP off, but you can quickly start a stream on YouTube or Twitch. You can record your gameplay. You can set the settings at the resolutions at which you want to do that. It's all really fast and easy. The sound, I've been really enjoying this. This makes it extremely easy to switch over from TV audio to like a headset you're using, and it's instant. You control the volume of the speaker on the controller, your music volume, your video volume, all of that stuff. Accessories, you can manage which accessories are plugged in. You can turn the controller off just like this. Boom, if you hit turn off, it'll just turn off. Super fast, super fast. So that's the control bar. There are customizability options. If you press the options button, you can pick and choose some of the icons you want displayed up there, or if you don't want them displayed. So it's really good. It's really good. Another feature I'll show is, so we'll go into a game again, and if you want to quickly access something like the music tab or pull up the stream you're doing, you can double tap the PlayStation button and it'll bring up a small window. It'll show you some other things like some information from games you're playing, trophies, how long it might take, what you'll get, as you can see here. If you're in a game, holding the PlayStation button takes you back to this menu, so you can launch games seamlessly, launch media apps seamlessly. So as you see, I still have Spider-Man open. If I was to hold this, press Godfall, it just launches Godfall instantly. No accepting any are you sure prompts or anything, it just goes right into it. And as you can see, I'm into the game already. So if you want to close it, just go to your switcher and you can get out of there. The profile has some improvements over PlayStation 4 as well. You can see your trophies. One thing I don't like is that they don't show you the overall percentage anymore. There was a big percentage bar that showed you how close you were to the next trophy level. That's gone for some reason. I hope they bring that back. But that's like one of the only gripes I have, and it's extremely small. Also in profiles, you can now see your games and the playtime, which is something PlayStation 4 did not have. So here you can see just under the title of the game how many hours you have played, and it is retroactive to PlayStation 4. So even though it wasn't tracked on that system, once you get the PlayStation 5, it will show you how many hours you have. And as you can see, I have 335 hours on Monster Hunter. Fantastic game. Go play it if you haven't. So yeah, you get to see all of that stuff here. Progress on trophies. You get some special settings. You can give players accolades. So if you've ever played Overwatch or like League of Legends, you can honor players after the game, and you can maybe give them like a helpful or, you know, good team sport. And you can do that now with whole player profiles on PlayStation Network. So that's pretty cool if you like engaging and just, you know, being friendly and being the best, you know, online teammate you can be. That stuff is now here. You get to see, again, your friends tab in much more detail. You get to see all of your shared content. If I'm not mistaken, yeah, this even goes as far back as PlayStation 4. So this was my first share on PlayStation 5, but all of this stuff, the history is still there from everything I've shared on PlayStation 4, which is pretty fucking nuts. So like some of these screenshots I don't even remember having, but they are all there and you get to see them. So yeah, those are some of the bigger features that have stood out to me and have been really useful so far when using the PlayStation 5. Like I said, it's really awesome. It's a massive jump from PlayStation 4, and you're gonna be really happy if you are using a PlayStation 4 when you finally do upgrade, because it truly feels like a generational leap. It's something I've been waiting for a long time, and I'm extremely happy that I finally have it. So it's been a lot of fun playing around with the new system and figuring out how everything works. So thank you so much for watching, guys. If you have a system already or you're planning to get one, I hope this video was helpful in giving you some insight into what you can expect when you finally get your hands on your PlayStation 5. So once again, I want to thank you for watching the video. You guys have a good one, and until next time.